Speaking of a young QB, Cam Ward and the Tennessee Titans traveling to Vegas to face the Raiders. Raiders favored by 5.5 here. A couple one-win teams, Titans and Raiders. Raiders, is the line 4.5 or 5.5? It's one of them.
It's one of them.
Sunday at 4:05.
Yeah, man. I mean, how bad must the Titans be to be 5.5-point underdogs against this Raiders team?
I don't know. Don't fact check me on this one, but I think Geno Smith has thrown 25% of the NFL's interceptions this year. It's close.
Yeah.
I can actually find out.
Probably as well we don't fact check that because I don't think it's true.
Dude, it's close.
He's been terrible.
He has thrown 9 out of 105.
That's definitely not.
I know that, but
25%.
that's bad. That's 8.6%.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean,
Geno and Browning. Now, okay, how about Browning? That would just play a fun game. Browning and Flacco.
It is
Bengals rostered quarterbacks have thrown.
Yeah.
Second 13%. I'm putting that out there. Talk about the game because I just found a great tweet that people need to know.
Yeah, I mean, look, Geno Smith's been pretty terrible. It's fair to at least bring up, I mean, Brock Bowers is down, I think, again this week. He dealt with he got that knee injury pretty early in the season. He fought through it, and eventually they had to shut him down because it just wasn't sensible to fight through it. He wasn't the same guy. So his number one target has been hurt. They've missed Michael Mayer. They've had players hurt. It hasn't been the group that we thought it would be. The offensive line has also been a bigger problem than I think people thought it would be coming into the season. So the situation around Geno has not necessarily been as good as it looked maybe on paper heading into the year, but that doesn't excuse how badly he's played, and some of those interceptions have been genuinely terrible, and the baseline of play in between those interceptions has not been amazing either. So the Geno Smith thing so far has been disastrous for them.
Well done. 9 interceptions. He's leading the league, Geno, with 9 interceptions and tied for third, being sacked 16 times.
Yeah.
So, again, like I've said many times on this show, the one way of analyzing things is like Dallas's defense has been terrible and Chicago's run defense has been terrible and Geno Smith and the Raiders offense has been terrible. Or we could say, yes, that's true, but I don't think it's going to continue. I think the Raiders have better play in them on the offensive side of the ball. We've shown signs of life with Ashton Genty. There was a little bit of Pete Carroll suggesting we got to call better plays.
Yeah.
And, that dynamic with him and Chip Kelly, did we undersell like the celebrity coaching acquisitions here?
Celebrity.
I don't know. It's like you brought in Pete Carroll, you brought in Chip Kelly. They'd never really worked together. It's like, just get these two big names, and you don't know how that's going to fit. You don't know how it's going to work. It's a slow start for sure. Maybe we underrated that a little bit. To Chip Kelly's credit, right around this time last season, or late last season, he made a change at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Like, he changed what they did, and he's going to have to, and play to their strengths a little bit more. So I think the Raiders have better football on them. Hey guys, real quick, only 40% of our viewers are actually subscribed, so let's change that. Hit that subscribe button, and now let's get back to the action.
I feel like if there's a stat that is suffering from a relatively low sample size right now, I feel like it's turnover-worthy play rate, because the top 5 as a list currently reads the 5th best turnover-worthy play rate in the NFL is Josh Allen, right? Who's usually been in the middle of the pack somewhere, if not higher than that. The 4th lowest turnover-worthy play rate in the NFL is Kyler Murray. Also tends to be pretty scattershot and wild when it comes to turnover-worthy plays at times. The 3rd best in the NFL is Justin Herbert, who's usually the best in the NFL. The 2nd best is Cam Ward. Rookie Cam Ward has the 2nd best turnover-worthy play rate in the NFL. And his tape was in college, like he was way more prone to have the occasional whoopsie in there.
Whoopsie.
And
whoopsie.
A whoopsie.
Are you a whoopsie?
Yeah.
Like an ouchie?
Yeah.
You just dropped a whoopsie, unironically.
Well, as a giggle. And then number 1, the best turnover-worthy play rate in the NFL this year is the best quarterback in the NFL this year, Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Who, again, has also always tended to be quite prone to the whoopsies.
The whoopsies.
So
Greg called it an ouchie. You're calling it a whoopsie, and you're going to hit on my turnover-worthy play number. Okay,
that's
carry
a
on.
Fascinating top 5 between the guy that's always there and a bunch of guys that usually aren't there, and the rookie Cam Ward, who nobody expected to be there.
Yeah, and I think the offensive line's been better in recent weeks for Tennessee.
Could have been much worse.
Well, the sack rate is still high for Cam Ward. So is he falling into this, rather take a sack than take a chance? And so the quarterbacks who have done that historically, say like a Ryan Tannehill, it's like the spectrum. Aaron Rodgers is at the highest end of avoiding interceptions, but probably took more sacks than he should have. That's the trade-off. Russell Wilson did this for quite a while. Really good interception rate, high sack rate. Ryan Tannehill did this for a while. And then Caleb Williams last year did something similar, right? He had a great interception rate, but he got sacked like 60-something times or whatever. So it's a trade-off that happens. Will Levis started doing this last year, by the way, and I'm starting to wonder, is this a Brian Callahan feature more than anything? Because remember, it felt like Will Levis started playing like, Coach told me don't become a meme this week. Coach told me.
I don't know if that's
Coach told me. Remember, like, he went from, because he had that one game where he threw the ball well, but he got sacked like 7 or 8 times, and 5 were avoidable, right? Like, he could have thrown it away. He could have done something. And I was like, I'll just take the sack here.
I think you would also, if you were Will Levis and you had been a meme for 4 or 5 consecutive weeks, you would probably individually.
It could have been him.
Without the coach suggesting it.
It could have been him.
Right. Without the coach even suggesting it, I think you might come to the conclusion that I might need to dial it back.
So, anyway, it's an interesting dynamic. And then you look at, I retweeted somebody showing the big-time throws that Cam Ward made, bucket throws down the sideline, seam route and everything. I mean, there's some special on there.
Yeah.
They're also, at least by one EPA measure, minus 0.25 EPA per play this year, Tennessee.
That's pretty bad.
Which means the offense loses a quarter of a point every time they snap the ball. So that's not great. Like, the Tennessee offense as a whole just hasn't been great.
No, it's not. There's not enough help around Cam Ward. I think it is interesting that he's been that careful with the football so far. That's definitely not what I would have expected from him. And if the supporting cast was as bad as it looks right now, I would have expected him to be kind of a turnover machine based off his college tape, and he hasn't been at all.
No, I agree. So I think, look, I know Dan Orlovsky, Dan O's putting out there a bunch of, the Cam Ward tape. I can't show film anymore. He's been attacked by the NFL.
Shut him down.
Which I hate. I hate that. Shutting down the whole film mafia thing is a little strange, NFL. But anyway, he couldn't show the film.
Couldn't show it.
But Cam Ward, he was loving the film, loving the tape. And like I retweeted, hey, there's 3 special throws on here. And even though we talked about the comedy of errors that Arizona made last week, there were still some big-time throws in there from Cam Ward in crunch time. And, oh, by the way, not just my anecdotal at-practice experience watching Cam Ward, but watching him in the NFL. When he gets into a hurry-up situation, when he gets into just play football and react, he's very, very good, or at least better from what I've seen. And I do wonder how much Tennessee should lean into some hurry-up, some tempo, and just like let him go and play free. That's what this rookie season's all about, is figuring out what he does well and let him go and execute it. By the way, Jeffrey Simmons playing some really good football as well. I don't know if he would be on the trading block, but I mentioned Tennessee being another one of those fire sale type of teams. But just keep an eye on Simmons. He's playing awesome football at defensive tackle for Tennessee. And then Vegas-wise, I just think they have better football in them. And they should play better offensively. I think Geno's interception rate will go down at some point.
If Geno doesn't get better than this, like if he doesn't improve, you've got to start asking the question of how long he has in that starting gig. Now, I think he's going to have quite a while because I feel like Pete Carroll loves the kid. But, this is not starting caliber football at the moment.
But Pete Carroll football is also, like I said earlier, my QB throws the ball 24 times.
Right, but I don't think, other coaches may be pretty inclined to go, dude, there's only so many weeks you can play like this, get to the bench. I feel like Pete Carroll will give him as long as anybody will give him.
All right, man. Raiders by 4.5. I keep talking up the Raiders, but it's a big number.
It is. I have no idea why I'm taking it, but I'm going with the Raiders. I think I'm just that non-convinced by Tennessee's last week.
I'll take the Raiders as well. You and I agree on most picks this week.
Oh, that's not good for
Good
me.
luck with that.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video.
Check the Mic is live every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing.
And the all-knowing algorithm is convinced you'll also like these videos, and who are we to argue?